everybody. Today I'm going to interview a very unique person, a bona fide member of the Ku Klux Klan. Now, you may recall that I've had a little experience with the Klan down in Georgia. I was denounced all over that state for supposedly having a spy inside their claverns, and I confess I did have some pretty good information from those claverns. And at one time they challenged me to come down and broadcast from Stone Mountain. After that, I accepted the challenge. They sort of reneged, and I ended up on the state capitol in the steps at Atlanta, Georgia. It wasn't too happy an experience, but at least I finished the broadcast. Now, the man I'm going to interview is not the old Pearson spy. He's a young and vigorous member of the Klan. He's told me how the Klan dipped in membership but has come back strong recently. And obviously, I can't give you his name. He'd never live if he got back to Georgia if I identified him. I'm going to call him Mr. K. I haven't asked him why he joined the Klan. I have asked him to tell about how the Klan works because of its importance today. I've checked very carefully on him over a period of 2 weeks. My staff has also checked. We know that he is bona fide. There's no fake about this. If he mentions anyone's name unfairly, I'll be glad to give those people a chance to reply later. And so in just a minute, I'll be back and let you meet a full-fledged member of the Ku Klux Klan. Now, Mr. K, I don't want you to tell me the exact city, but where generally do you live?
I come from a city in the northern part of Georgia.
Now, tell me what kind of people join the Klan these days since its revival?
Just ordinary Christian, Gentile Americans.
Well, what walks of life?
All policemen, firemen, school teachers, mechanics, average citizens.
Policemen. Are there many policemen in the Klan?
In the cities outside of Atlanta, yes. Some whole police departments belong.
Have you ever, you know of a fact that there are policemen?
Yes, I have taken the application and membership fee from quite a few.
Well, what about Atlanta? Why aren't there policemen in Atlanta?
Well, they're afraid of their jobs. They have William B. Hartsfield as mayor there, and he's considered by the Klan as a nigger lover.
Mayor Hartsfield, I happen to know him. I remember when I went down there some years ago, I thought he was a pretty good mayor.
Well, the Klan regards him as a nigger lover.
Well, Negroes are entitled to protection, aren't they, and they're American citizens?
Yes, but since those 9 buzzards on the United States Supreme Court has abolished segregation and the Mason-Dixon line, we've had to establish the Smith & Wesson line.
Smith & Wesson line, what do you mean?
It's a popular brand of firearm made by Yankees.
And you're resorting to firearms in the Klan now?
We're arming as fast as we can.
Where do they get their arms?
They have a dealer in Alexander City, Alabama, and one in Atlanta, Georgia. One in Alexander City, Alabama is named Bunn. He's been in the gun business there 30 years. We have a dealer in Atlanta named House that's been in it as long.
What do you do at the Klan meetings? What's the procedure?
Well, at the Klan meetings we're holding now, they are rallies for membership. When a Klan meeting is opened with a prayer, we have quite a few ministers. We form a square of Klans people around the altar. The altar contains a glass of water for purity. It contains a Bible that's opened at the 12th chapter of Romans, on which the Klan doctrine is founded on. And we have a sword for justice that holds that place in the Bible.
Why the 12th chapter of Romans?
Well, the exact meaning escapes me personally, but to the ministers and preachers that are in the Klan, that is the doctrine of the Klan.
Are these preachers in good standing?
Yes, we have services in their churches in robes.
Really? What kind of preachers?
Baptist preachers. This Sunday I expect to attend a church service where we'll all be robed.
I don't like to doubt your word, but I have information, I'm pretty sure of it, that the heads of the church just don't approve of the Klan. However, what kind of speeches do they give?
Well, when they speak about you, they remember your last visit to Atlanta.
Well, they do. Do they speak about me very often?
Yes, and I imagine they'd like another crack at you.
They would. Well, maybe we'll give them one sometime. What else do they talk about?
Well, the Supreme Court, segregation, and the memberships that we need to control the South.
Have you, you indicated that you solicited quite a few memberships.
Yes, I sign them up left and right at a meeting.
Did you get a commission on it?
No, but if I had more time to devote to it, it'd be a very profitable undertaking.
Well, now, who's the Imperial Wizard?
Mr. E.L. Edwards. He's an employee of the Fisher Body Works in Atlanta, Georgia. And he is the Imperial Wizard of the U.S. Clans Incorporated of the United States.
And you have Kleagles and Grand Titans. Who's the Kleagle down there?
Reverend E.B. Slay, a Baptist minister, 71 years old, is the Kleagle for the state of Georgia. Under Reverend E.B. Slay, we have Wild Bill Davison of Macon, Georgia. He's an Imperial Clockard of the Invisible Empire.
Clockard? What does a Clockard mean?
It means that he's in charge of about 15 claverins in Bibb County, Georgia.
This says U.S. Clans Incorporated, Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, Post Office Box 3073 in Macon, Georgia. Lee, Wild Bill Davidson, Imperial Clockard of the Invisible Empire. Yesterday, today, and forever. What does that mean, yesterday, today, and forever?
Well, we've had the Klan in the past, we have it today, and it will remain in Georgia as long as we need to maintain white supremacy.
Now, there's a man down in Atlanta when I was with the Klan. Don't misunderstand me, I was not a member, but there was a fellow named Dr. Samuel Green who was Grand Dragon.
Yes, Dr. Samuel Green was the Grand Dragon of the United States Klans. He's deceased now, and his son, Samuel Green Jr., an attorney, is very active in the Klan.
Now, what happens, have you burned any crosses yourself?
I'm one of the active cross burners.
Do you burn crosses frequently?
Oh, once a week.
Once a week. Do many people volunteer?
Well, there were a select few that are experts at it.
Now, what happens when you do this? Do you have a motorcade that goes out to a cross burning?
No, it's usually a group of 100 picked to go to a cross burning, so we'd be sure to outnumber the police.
Well, now, a motorcade, when you have a meeting, what happens then when you go to Stone Mountain? Do you have police escorts?
Not in Atlanta, but every other city beside Atlanta and Savannah, Georgia, cooperates fully in providing a police escort from city to city. They meet us at one city and leave us at another.
In other words, when you have a cross burning, you're a little bit worried about the police, but when you're just having a regular meeting, why, the police sometimes escort you.
That's right.
Now, how do you get along with the Atlanta newspapers?
Well, Ralph McGill, the editor of the Constitution there, is opposed to the Klan as he's a nigger lover.
Ralph McGill?
Yes, now his father was a fine Klansman, but he opposes us by trying to keep all news of the Klan out of the paper.
Well, I don't know anything about his father, but I do know Ralph McGill, and he's one of the finest editors in the country.
Well, you consider the nigger lover in Atlanta by the Klan.
How do you get along with him?
We ignore him and he ignores us.
I see. You haven't tried to do anything about his situation?
No, but he is a candidate with Mayor William B. Hartsfield if we have to make an example of somebody.
How do you mean make an example?
Well, if one of them was made an example of by putting a little dynamite in their car or maybe shooting them, well, the next time we wouldn't have to go to such drastic measures. A word of warning would be sufficient.
I may warn Ralph McGill about that, but I don't think it'll faze him. He's a pretty courageous guy. And I want to talk to you some more, but first, we'd like to have a word from our announcer. Now, Mr. K, people have sent me some of this Klan literature in the mail. Tell me, do you have a lot of this literature?
We're gathering more and more as we go along now that we've found a printer and publisher, Gerald L.K. Smith, the publisher of The Cross and the Flag in Los Angeles.
He prints all your stuff, Gerald L.K.
He does
Smith.
at the present time.
He's the famous rabble-rouser and anti-Semite.
Well, he's a good publisher.
I see. Well, now, one thing you said rather concerned me about all these arms. You mean to say the Klan is now pretty well armed?
Not 100%, but we're working rapidly in that direction.
Are you affiliated with any other organizations?
No, but the individual members are joining the National Riflemen's Association.
Not as an organization, but as individuals?
Yes, as Americans.
Does the National Riflemen's Association know about this?
They know that we're joining.
What do you plan to do with the arms?
Well, if we're forced to, we'll have to use them.
Now you're going back to Georgia, I know. I hope that you don't get caught. But what do you think your future is in the Klan?
Well, I hope to rise to be one of the leading officers.
Well, let me know how you make out and send me some information, but just make sure that it's accurate.
Well, all the information you get from me south of the Smith and Wesson line will be made by me.
Be made by you south of the Smith and Wesson
line.
All right. We'll be back in just a minute. The views expressed on this program do not represent those of the station, the sponsor, nor in this case, my own. Now, in order to discuss some of the issues that have been raised a few minutes ago, next week I'm going to interview the leading Negro member of the House of Representatives, Congressman William Dawson of Chicago.